Serendipity is our ability to take advantage of opportunities that present themselves in front of us. Mistakenly, serendipity is associated to luck, but that is not the case. Our senses, our ability to perceive the world, have evolved in a very precise manner to find the fine balance between the maximum amount of information that they can bring to the nervous system for analysis and the capacity of that nervous system to actually come to conclusions around the information and decide on the next steps. Information, in order to be useful, must be actionable, and non-actionable information is a burden that evolution has trimmed away from our process of acquiring knowledge about the world. This means that our senses actively collude in order to make us blind to what is going on. And the fact that this is true can be fairly easily measured in simple experiments. Not only animals we label more primitive, but humans as well become blind, both concretely with their eyesight, but also more abstractly in terms of cognitively ignoring information that is constant. The flow of a scene where nothing changes will become kind of a blur. And only when something changes, our attention will focus on it, our brain will perk up. A famous scene in Jurassic Park when the Tyrannosaurus Rex is menacingly walking by a flipped over rover, and two frightened kids are about to be eaten. They remember the lesson to stay still, because the dinosaur is not going to see them. Now, whether it's completely true or not, or actually the act of walking presents a scene that is sufficiently variable to eyesight, or more likely in the dark of that particular shot to I presume quite excellent ability to smell of the dinosaur, and as a consequence the children would have been eaten, is an open question. But you know that in an unendingly similar and self-similar scenario, you become a little bit dull. You tone down your state of alertness, your state of consciousness. So when something new comes into play, our senses light up, our brain enters a new gear. We are ready to evaluate the new information. Is it positive? Is it negative? Is it conducive to our future well-being, or does it represent a danger? To put it most bluntly possible, is it gonna eat us, or are we gonna eat it? And through many, many layers of abstraction, that is still definitely the case. Whether we are talking about a news item on television, or whether we are reading about some technology being developed, we are looking at evaluating our professional skills and asking ourselves, if they match what the world of employment or entrepreneurship actually needs. Are we a good match? These are all constant states of analysis and evaluation, as well as self-evaluation, that incorporate the new pieces of information. And when this new piece of information becomes available, it is almost like upgrading the immune system with the types of antibodies that recognize from then onwards a specific stimulation. There is a scene from a science fiction movie from the 50s of steel robot with laser eyes. And for me, installing that new piece of information about the world is as if you installed laser eyes that are able to scan with this new ability to recognize. And serendipity is laser eyes for analyzing reality. You are equipped with a new sense, and it is not a question of luck, it is a question of a better evolved pattern recognition mechanism that the next day it looks like everyone is talking about that new thing that you discovered or heard about, while the day before no one was. This process is, at least in potential, bidirectional, because you are not a passive receiver. You will talk about that new thing, you will share it with your friends and colleagues, you will write about it or record a YouTube video about it, and as a consequence, the world will recognize your new ability to focus on that new thing. Your laser eyes will shine through and pierce in a fog of otherwise undistinguishable information ocean. The coevolution of who you are vis-a-vis the world and how the world perceives you and how you change the world because of how and what you have become is of fundamental importance. Serendipity in this sense is strongly related to your fitness, to your being well adapted, and to your adaptability. And in turn, being adapted and adaptability are related as well, because the excessive degree of adaptedness may diminish your capacity to change, and as a consequence may cancel your adaptability. So exploring new things, which increases stimulating it, the opportunities for serendipitous discovery, is in turn improving your adaptability, starting from a given state of adaptedness. And when you live in an environment like ours today that is rapidly changing, proactively seeking out novelty, proactively stimulating your laser eyes of serendipity is the right thing to do. That is why I keep insisting, go and experiment, try out this, get your hands dirty, make sure you have first-hand experience. The alternative is to wither away. It's okay, People are free to choose that. I just hope you won't, because the likelihood of a life that you live, that you can evaluate after the fact, or well, in the final moments, let's say, to have been of achievement and satisfaction and completion is, in my opinion, lower than not the life, while still full of risks, that include the adventures, the explorations, the discoveries, and the sense of awe that serendipity will bring you.